Alright, guys, welcome back to some more One Piece. We have chapter 1189 this week now. I know I didn't really promise anything because no promises with regards to my videos or my One Piece chapter reactions or anything like that, to be honest with you. It's not like this is a job or anything, alright? I'm not scheduled, but I try my best to bring it out as early as I can. Now, I did tell you guys I'll try to bring this out to you on Sunday or at least Monday, but and I know this is coming out on Wednesday. At least I believe for you guys, this should be coming out on Wednesday. But genuinely, two of my friends at the same time were like needed help moving, so I offered to help. Um, and they're also friends with each other, so we're all like kind of mutual friends. But it's kind of like they didn't know the other was moving, and I mean it was all coincidental. It was all things just happened the way it happened, and yeah, I offered to help, especially because I have with my bus ticket. I have a periodic bus ticket that gives me 2 hours to lets me rent out a like a what is it called in English? Like a rental car. It's not a rental car. It is a rental car, but it's specific type of rental car. That's basically good for moving, and it gives me 2 hours for that. Let's see, what would they? What is it called in English? A van. Yeah, okay, a van works. Yeah, like a van basically. Okay, so I can rent out a van, which is obviously, if you know vans, they're really good for moving things. A friend of one of my friends doesn't have that many big things he has to move, so a van isn't really required. And he also has his own car, but my other friend is like moving a big table and moving a piano, right? A whole piano. So he also needs people to help him lift the piano. Now I'm not particularly strong, so he didn't offer me right away to help him move things because I mean obviously he knows I'm not particularly strong, and I'm not trying to hide that. I'm not, you know, ashamed of that uh or mad or anything that he didn't ask me out immediately or ask me out. Well, pause. He didn't ask me immediately to help him out with moving the piano stuff because we both have friends that are let's just say they got more arm muscle than me. All right, they got bigger arms than me, so they can help him and better lifting technique than me for the piano. So so it's not about that, but the reason why I came to the picture is because of this 2 car thing, 2 hour van thing that I have. So I can rent out a van for 2 hours for free, and then after that you have to pay money. But we were thinking we thought that 2 hours would suffice at least for the one friend of mine that didn't have a car, because the other friend had a car, and the car was not a van, so it couldn't hold as much stuff. But he was not moving as big of things in general as my other friend. And yeah, helped them out with it. It feels good to help them out as well because they've helped me out so much. Especially the friend that has the car has helped me out a lot, give me a lot of advice. I'm starting to get this year. I've really been on a big uh, fitness journey. I've kind of improved my fitness a lot. Like my body, I feel a lot stronger. So, like I said just a second ago, that I'm probably not the best guy to ask for lifting pianos, but I can tell you right now, July 2026, almost August 2026. I'm way better now than I was in January, right? Ask me now to lift a piano, I would do a way better job than back in January. So my arms have gotten bigger, my chest has gotten bigger. Um, so I'm gonna continue that, continue my health journey. Still got a little more work to do with my diet. It's not pristine yet, but it's good enough, right? I'm not straight up eating super healthy things, right? I mean, I've never been an unhealthy eater, though. Well, okay, that's not true. Past my entire adult life, I should say, I've never been an unhealthy eater. I will say my middle school years, I probably was not the healthiest of eaters. Not in regards to what I was eating, so much as how much I was eating. I think was the biggest thing that made it unhealthy. But um, in my adult life, I've been kind of a neutral eater. I don't eat super healthy. Like I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I only eat greens and super healthy stuff. I'm only out here eating eggs, vegetables, right, like rice. I'm not only eating, what I'm saying, super healthy things, but I'm not it's not like I order pizza every day, right? I do actually cook food at home, for the most part. So yeah, but kind of I would say I'm neutral. So when I say I'm working still on my diet, I'm working to find a way to still keep my diet neutral in the sense that I enjoy the food that I cook. When I cook food, I want to make sure that I enjoy it. I don't want to. I'm not gonna go out of my way to cook a boring meal that has vegetables in it if it's boring and it doesn't taste. It just tastes trash, right? I'm not gonna ruin my life because I want to be healthy, right? In the sense that I'm not gonna ruin my enjoyment, but I'm trying to incorporate ways to cook meals that taste good and are healthy. So that's what I mean by my diet journey. And then yeah, fitness journey has been the biggest improvement though. But diet is more of a slow burn. I mean, it's a slow burn either way. But yeah, so yeah, helped them with moving and stuff, and that kind of hampered how much I could, have time to record these One Piece chapter reactions. But here we are. Here we go. We are now on chapter 1189. Technically, we had a break last week, but as you guys know, I had to read 3 chapters in a row because I was away for a month. I was on break. It was my own Oda break, my Amin Luffy break. So we read those 3 in a row. So it didn't really feel like there was an Oda break to me, but it did feel like it was a month break to me because I resisted not reading those chapters that were coming out. And then there's a chapter that came out just this week, or I guess technically last week now, right? The previous Sunday just passed. But next week, there's going to be another break, another Oda break, and then the week after that, we will get a chapter. But then after that, there's another break, but it's not an Oda break. That's a Weekly Shonen Jump break, which typically happens around this time of the year, right around August, September time. There's typically a Weekly Shonen Jump break. Often, yeah. Let me see. Often because of like some festival or something going on, right? Because there's typically the end of the year Jump Festa break, and then there's like different various festivals throughout the year that make the Weekly Shonen Jump, like the magazine, take a break. So that's really why we see these types of Weekly Shonen Jump breaks throughout the year. But typically there are only 2 breaks a year because of the Weekly Shonen Jump, like the magazine. Most often the breaks that we do see for One Piece are Oda breaks, right? Obviously they're much more frequent now than they were 10 years ago. If you're caught up to One Piece manga 10 years ago like I was, I mean I've been caught up for way longer than 10 years now, but I'm just saying 10 years ago we were getting a lot more frequent chapters, but obviously Oda needs these breaks now. He's getting older, he's taking more surgeries, he can't work like he used to. So, which is why, I mean, I've brought this up many times before. I really do hope Oda can finish off this One Piece journey soon. But my bad for a big rant. We are now in chapter 1189. Sorry for that. That's why I was late to reading this week's chapter. Obviously, last week you got the color spread. So this week we might get a cover page of some sort. But the important thing that happened last week was Luffy got cooked, right? I mean, his genie form really didn't matter for him. The brother got cooked, as I personally expected. So I did not see it as a big ore loss for Luffy because it happens every single time. Yeah, but we know how it's gonna go. Luffy's gonna come back and he's gonna get a power up or something. He's gonna beat Emu. Not this arc though, obviously, but by the end of the series, right, in the final saga at some point. So that's what happened last chapter. Really, I think that's the biggest discussion point. Now it's time to read this week's chapter. We're in 1189. Here we go. Let's get to it. Then the chapter is called. I mean, this chapter better be a banger because the chapter is called "King of the World." That is that is a crazy name for a chapter, right? That's a name that that's a prestige name for a chapter. That's a high degree name. And King of the World. I mean, this is the most important character in any fictional media. If your epithet is King of the World, you gotta be top 3, top 2 most important characters within that story. If world is the all-encompassing thing within that story, unless if there's different realms, different worlds, then it's this different concept. But but yeah, and the cover art here, I see Nami with monkeys. Why? Oh, one of them looks like. Oh, wait. Okay, that took me way too long. Okay, so it's Luffy laughing his Gear 5 pose. His laugh. Then Sanji's absolutely loving Nami, and Zoro's keeping his mouth shut. Yeah, it's those three, the monster trio's monkeys. And Nami is kind of scolding them or being angry at them because I guess they dirtied there's clothes in the drying rack in the background, and I'm guessing they dirtied those clothes or something, and that's why Nami's mad at them for it, something like that. It took me way too long to notice that. Um, that the three monkeys were Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji. Because I was looking at Nami in the clothes in the background too much, and I just saw the silhouettes of the monkeys and moved on. Okay, so the reader request says, naughty, see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil, monkeys, getting scolded by Nami by Toshikazu. Toshikazu's done reader request before, so we've seen this before. But okay, the chapter, that's what we're really looking forward to. Oh wow, there's no blank page in this week's chapter. Typically there's a blank page between the cover page and the first page of the chapter, but this week we're just starting right into the chapter. Luffy's getting stabbed. Okay, so we're continuing right where we left off. Luffy goes, ah. Amy's looking at him. Ooh. Impales the sword through the tree as well. It's already impaling Luffy, and then it's through the tree. So I guess he's gonna leave Luffy stuck there. I mean, I doubt he's gonna kill Luffy, but that's a painful injury still. Usopp's there like, huh? What? What is it, Usopp? What happened? That's Usopp's observation hockey for you. Usopp's observation hockey for you right there. He noticed Luffy's life draining down. Luffy's okay, right? What? What do you mean? Don't scare me. When has Luffy ever not been okay? Consider what it means that this enormous giant was defeated, Nami. Hey, fishman! Who's been defeated? There's no doubt that Luffy's hockey suddenly grew much weaker, says Jinbei. No! There! Oh, so Usopp noticed that Luffy's hockey grew weaker. Okay. There! The ice is totally melted now. Nice! We got Gunko out. We got Shuri out. Princess Shuri! Don't heat her up too quick, alright? Yes. Yes. If she's been frozen, don't heat her up too quick. Yes, that's a good idea. Heat up slowly, because that's not good for the body, right? If it's been accustomed to the cold, or it's been stuck in cold for too long like that. Not to worry, I have no body warmth. That's true. What happened to you after that? What happened all those years ago? It is you, isn't it? She's questioning her, but she can't even see him, bro. Princess Shuri! Kuribibibibi! Hey, please don't interfere here. Kuribibibibi! It's safe, right, Brooke? If she's still the scary version. We're going too fast, Haruden. Oh, they're arriving. Haruden and Gerd and them are arriving to where Loki's at. Ah! Whoa! Ah! Ooh! Man, that's a big crash. Ah! Ee! Guard point. Nice. Usopp's there to defend. At least Gerd is being defended. Haruden just crashed through with the ship. Loki's been getting better, bro. He's been getting better by Emu, by last chapter as well, and now by the ship, bro. He's been getting hit. The squirrel managed to dodge. Where's Usopp and Nami at in this situation? And where's Jinbei? I don't see them in this panel. I see Haruden, the squirrel, Gerd, Usopp, Loki, and and the boat. I guess they're somewhere nearby. They're pretty tiny though. What are you guys trying to do? Haruden, Gerd, Chopper. Okay, so they were right here, but I guess they left Robin back there, so only Chopper arrived. Now we have a doctor on our side though, so that he can help us with Shuri, Princess Shuri. Oh, thank you, Chopper. You're so cute and helpful. Oh yeah? Well, you can't butter me up, you jerk. There's no time to waste. Loki, show me your wounds. This is pretty bad. I mean, Gerd's fingers are back, sorted with Chopper's help. They can be reattached, but yeah, obviously Gerd's a doctor as well, so both Gerd and Chopper can help out with doctoring. If you remember the One Piece for Kids opening, Chopper's doctoring. You're all bloody. Oh no. Yeah, and some of that was because of you. What are you doing here? Haruden crash landed. He's like, Um, if you're just going to fight Haruden, then go to Loki instead. But the children! Even if you save the children, it is only a temporary reprieve. Do you really think that this plan to rule over Elbaf came from the decision makers at the Reverie? No, of course not. I think it's him. So yeah, Ja Rule has an idea. So Ja Rule knows more. He knows better. We remember him from 14 years ago. He might not seem like the most intelligent guy if you've been watching the recent episode in the anime, but he's smart. He knows what's up. Loki, do you know who that guy is? Loki, I think. Yeah, I mean, he has an idea, and Haru didn't think has an idea too at this point. Yeah, I think I do. Though can't not move now. Luffy's struggling. That sword devours the vitality. How many will it take to end thee? Monkey D. Luffy. A hateful name, though has two brothers of different names. Oh, so he knows of his brothers, okay? Imi's interested in Luffy, he knows about him. How many what? How many swords? So he's gonna stab with multiple swords. He can just like pop up several swords from his shadow thing and then all of them do damage, all of them take away his vitality. That's kind of crazy. One brother slaughtered by the Navy. Oh, and you can see like the tree vanishing away, or being like decaying away, I guess, by the sword. The other prominent within the Revolutionary Army. Ooh, stabs him again and through the tree. Dang! Luffy's going through it. Blade of the Sea God, Fragarak. Is this blade different from the blade last chapter? Let me go back to last chapter and see how that blade was, or what blade that was. Bro, Luffy's going through. He's getting stabbed again, bro. Vohu? That was the name of the last chapter. Was that the blade he was using when he stabbed Luffy? Let's see. Blade of Nothingness, Vohu, yeah. Stigma, Blade of Nothingness, Vohu, and then he stabbed him with Vohu. Okay, but this blade is called Blade of the Sea God Fragarak. Or Fragarach. In any case, a set of most uncouth brothers. It's gonna be him. Bro, Luffy's getting wrecked, bro. The one Red here talked about. Oh. I'll use this power to avenge the memory of my old man and his soldiers. Scopper was there too. Yeah, this is 14 years ago. Wait, Loki, I understand your rage, but what do you want, Red Hair? Are you gonna stop me from getting revenge for my father? I consider Harold a friend too. I'd be right there with you. But think carefully now. The government was trying to take control of Elbaf. That's not their end goal. It's preparation for a war. Yeah, Shanks knows, bro. So why is Shanks going for the One Piece? Is he spying? The whole government is spying. Is he searching for the One Piece, or is he kind of doing both? What is Shanks' goal here? Like he said because he said to Ben Beckman. He's like, "Yo, Ben, I think it's time to look for the One Piece." But here, 14 years ago, he's like, "World government is preparing for a war," and they were preparing for a war 14 years ago. So only now does Shanks think, "Hey, let's actually lock in and find the One Piece." I don't get that. Think carefully now. The government was trying to take control of Elbaf. That's not their angle. It's preparation for a war. Huh? Is the world government trying? Is the world government getting into a war with someone else? Well, that ain't my problem. My father died an unjust death. His soldiers were killed along with him. I want vengeance for these crimes. That's all. And who's guilty? Who will you strike down? The world government! The man who manipulated Harold was the king of the world. Ooh, that's the name of the chapter. Shanks knows about him. What do you mean, Shanks? The entire concept of the world government is that there is no one king who... Careful, Shanks. Scopper's like, hey, Shanks, don't say too much. Because knowing too much is a curse in this world, you know, in the world of One Piece. If you know too much, Hey man, careful what you say, bro. Shanks knows and obviously Scopper knows. Journalists are like, what do you mean? There is no one king who rules. That's the entire point of the world government. That's what they think. That's what they want you to believe. Haha. So I guess that king is the culprit. I'll take his head. Nice and simple. Yeah, that sounds easy, huh, Loki? Just take his head. The king's power is impossible to measure. Go to the Holy Land and the mystery will only deepen rather than come to light. If it were that simple, someone else would have done it already. Yeah. This is why I think, what's his name? Rox. I mean, what's his name? Rox D. Zemeckis has had so much aura. Because he visited Evu on home turf. He's like, he visited and was like, yo, what's good, brother? I came here too early though. I'll come back for you later. That was so aura, bro. That is still one of the most aura things that happen. In my opinion, that's one of the most aura entrances and things that ever happened in One Piece. Dude is the only person we've seen so far to infiltrate Eva's own palace garden, infiltrating into his very room, sit down and be like, "This is what? No, this wasn't 38 years ago. This was longer. This was before the God Valley incident. This is like, when did that happen? 40 something years ago. He sat down next to him, was like, hey, what's good, brother? That's so aura, bro. And then I was like, what's good, brother? Hey, I'll come back to take your throne one day, bro. Oh my god, bro. Blackbeard never displayed that level of aura. Blackbeard never, bro, his son never displayed that level of aura. We shall see, though. We shall see what Blackbeard has in store for. I mean, Blackbeard has displayed aura. Don't get me wrong, he's got aura. I'm scared of Blackbeard. Generally, he's a scary man. But Rocks? Bro, next level. And don't do that as 6-man, bro. Blackbeard is some fat pirate, bro. Rox is my go out of the Zebek family. It's gotta be Rox. And the way he died too wasn't exactly not honorable, right? So um. Alright. The manipulated heart was the king of the world. Oh, yeah, okay, no, we read all this. What am I saying? Someone would have done it already, says Shanks, okay? Rocks, yup. Loki's remembering rocks. It's not yet the time to fight, says Shanks. Shut your mouth. You don't tell me what to do. I don't care where this guy is. I'll destroy anything in my way. Don't be foolish, Loki. I left home and spent a few years abroad. In the end, I never did find my way to him. So if that's the king of the world right there, I'll never get a better chance. Alright. A simpleton's idea of a plan. What? But I've got no problem with it. Let's go, Haruden. Give me a chance to avenge my father too. Oh heck yeah. This is quite an absurd story. If there's a king of the world, then what are the 5 elders for? Okay, Nami. No, stop trying to interfere, if you don't mind. Alright, so the squirrel is still trying to get in the way of Princess Shuri. He says, I froze her because she's dangerous. What? You're the one who froze her? Yes, she was dangerous. Was. But I'm certain that she was being controlled. You see, this girl is like a daughter to me. He doesn't understand that, Brooke and Shuri, okay? Squirrel is struggling to understand. Glad that Chopper can translate, though. Chopper arrived here just for this moment, just for this scene. This is all very interesting. Oh, Robin did come with! Okay! Robin just makes a surprise appearance! I was like, okay, so I guess they left Robin behind, but of course, come on, we gotta have the crew assemble, right? She's the only one missing from the action. Robin, come to the library, Chopper. Oh, Saul. Hey, oh, okay, wait, oh, they're right next to the library. Oh, wow. Wait, did they port over the library? What the heck? Next is, oh, he's got an axe this time. This will do more than slash the, bro, Luffy's already cooked. Leave him there, dude, you're gonna kill him for real, for real. Alas, The third will be Axe of Jintian. Axe of Jintian. I probably butchered that, but okay. Bro, Luffy's bleed. Bro, he's done for, man. With this axe, you'll really kill a Mimu. Hey, his name is Monkey D. Luffy, though. That is your natural enemy. Sea Cloud Port, Western Village. Okay, so this is this is the ship. Okay, this is Zoro and Summers fighting. King of Hell, Three Sword Serpent, 103 Mercies. What's the one uh yeah, the Ryuma episode, the Ryuma anime they made. They made a one episode Ryuma special, but it wasn't to animation. Yeah, it's called 103 Mercies Dragon Damnation. Ikpyaku Sanjo Hiryu Jigoku. It was a Netflix ONA by ENH Production. Which was solid in my opinion. I liked it. They're also the ones that made Ninja Kamui. Right. But they also made the under the like winter arc thing, which in my opinion was really good. I enjoyed that quite a lot. Okay. 103 Mercies. Gihahaha. Okay, Summer's coming in. Dragon Damnation! Graham! Gihahaha. Alright, they're clashing. 800 years ago, the 19 kings who created this world took an oath of equality, thrusting their weapons into the floor around the empty throne. And yeah, what about the 20th, the Queen of Alabasta, huh? And one of them was Imu, one of the 19 kings, thrusting their weapons into the floor around the empty throne. Oh, this is Summers monologuing to Zoro. Like, hey, oh, this is what's happened. Blade of Chaos, Tohu, Vohu, Nemesis. Ah, so those 19 blades, those are the ones that Imu is bringing forth now to stab Luffy with. Is he gonna stab Luffy with all 19? Because he's brought out two, Vohu something, and then he brought in a different one, and then he brought in one called Bara something ga, and now he's bringing in an axe. Longinus, Stigma. Yeah, Stigma. He brought in Stigma last chapter. And he brought in Vohu also last chapter. Muramasa. They are the 19 weapons of those who brought the world to heel. Ooh, he pushed Zoro back. Tohu, Vohu, Nemesis. Longinus, Stigma, Muramasa. He only named 6 blades now. The Great One used Omen to bring them back and grant them to us. Also, he's using one of them now. That's what he's using. He's using Graham now. Well, at least he said Graham in the panel where they clashed the couple panels ago. So, I guess Summers got one of them. He gets to borrow it. Bring them back and grant them to us. There are no lies among the legends. Legends each family passed down. You see, Roronoa Zoro, this is the power that conquered the world. Well, didn't you guys conquer the world by using children as hostages too? That's what you guys said too, right? That's how we won 800 years ago as well, right? We took advantage of the children or something like that. So I'm not convinced that you really beat Joy Boy fair and square, buddy. From the Shepherd family, Graham. Yeah, that is Graham. That is what he's from the Shepherd family. So he's a descendant from one of the 19 families or 19 kings, 800 years ago, and the sword was Graham from when Zoro and him clashed a couple panels ago. Oh, and here is killing him, monologuing to Sanji. This spear has been passed down through the Rimoshifi family, so he's Rimoshifi killing him. Longinus, Okay. Nice little spear, okay. Sanji's facing him. Sanji, you gotta lock in your Conqueror's Haki now, brother. Thou shouldst be honored to die by the weapons that created the world. He's in DX. Yeah! Boosh! Oh, what happened? Hey, that's our boy Scopper. He blocked the attack. And Emu's there. Scopper's coming smiling, and that's the end of the chapter, guys. Okay. Next chapter, Emu versus Scopper. How's that gonna go? Is Emu gonna give Luffy any pointers on how to beat this guy? Well, we shall see. Now that's the end of the chapter, guys. Man, great chapter. I enjoyed it a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed this chapter of One Piece, and I hope even more, or at least equally. Who knows that you enjoyed my reaction to this chapter of One Piece. This was chapter 1189, and like I said, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it at least as much as I enjoyed reading the chapter myself. I thought it was great. I thought it was fun. I wonder what I'm gonna title this chapter reaction. We shall see. I'll find my own title. But for now, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks' time because there's no chapter this week, or for the I'm saying for the week of this week. But there's gonna be a chapter next Sunday, so I'll see you guys then. I hope you guys enjoyed this chapter reaction at least as much as I enjoyed reading this chapter. And I'll write to you all. Peace.